Hey y'all, welcome back to Makeup with Allegra, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a quick tip for latex. It's something to do with latex. This is just kind of a quick thing to show you guys because I realized I never actually talked about it, and I kind of getting to that end where like I've showed you guys the basics, but I'm also going back and showing kind of the detail stuff. So I'm going to show you guys different ways to make the borders or like to thicken up your latex with things that you have at home. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. And also, happy Halloween, even though by the time you probably see this, it will be a week after Halloween. But yeah, so I don't know. Thought I'd say happy Halloween because I love Halloween. But we're going to get into it. So I have here two different things that you can use from home: a paper towel and some tissue paper. Now, this stuff works really well to blend in, like if you're doing a bald cap, or I don't know, if you are just trying to blend in a prosthetic that's really thick. These are great ways for that. Now, for the paper towel, the way to get it this thin, because you want to make it as thin as possible unless you need it for a thick base. To make it as thin as possible, all you're going to do is just take a paper towel like this, and you're just going to split it in half. Like that, and then it's a lot thinner and it helps really well. What's great about this though is that it has more of a skin-like feel. Of course, don't get the paper towels that have the brand name on it because you don't want that coming through the paper towel when you're blending it into the skin. But if it's just like this where it has those little dots on them, it works out really well. For the tissue paper, you really don't have to do much. Just get a white tissue paper. Even if you have pink or green, you can color it out. But just tear some pieces and it's already thin like this. So it's not going to be too much of an issue. So it's like this. I have like this pink, not this pink. Wow. Got this white confetti tissue paper. And I really like it. I don't know. It's something I found at home. So I'm going to show you guys. So then you want latex, some blood, and also your cream body paint. I'm using this one, the bruised one that you guys see in every single episode because I love that. And we're going to go ahead and show you guys. So I'm going to be doing this on my arm to show you one cut here and one cut here, two different ways of doing it. So let's start. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is how to do the tissue paper. So we're going to go ahead and just grab my latex, and we are going to go ahead and start putting a base down. Like I've said before, you're going to outline where your cut is going to be, kind of just doing like that, making a little outline real quick, just like that. So now that I have kind of an outline, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more on the outside than the inside, so we can put our tissue paper down. So I'm just gonna continue just putting a whole bunch on the outside like this, just like that. And now we're gonna go ahead and grab our tissue paper. Now what you can do is you don't have to do long pieces, you can put them individually like this. And now I'm just gonna flip it over, and you're just gonna place it on top of where you just put the latex, just like that. And then I'm just going to add just a little bit more latex here so I can put some more tissue paper. I kind of like doing it individually, like individual pieces. I don't know, it just works a lot better in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and just add some more like that. And now we're going to add some latex over it. So you want to be careful because it's still moving. So you just want to be careful with that. But the reason I like tissue paper a little bit more than paper towel is because it blends out so much better. Because it's very thin, so it goes into the skin, no problem. Of course, you still want to make sure you have that extra latex, just putting it down. And we're just going to make sure to have this all the way down, like so. And we're just gonna do it like this. Make sure to blend out those edges so it's not all cakey. And just like that. It looks really well. It looks really good. I like it. I'm just going to continue just adding it on the other side. And now with both of these ways of building up the latex, you can do it like 5 times if you want it really thick, depending on what the wound is. If it's like a simple cut, you don't have to do much. You can do like 2. You don't have to do that much for it. But I'm just going to continue just simply putting the tissue paper and putting a coat of latex on top of it, just like that. And yeah, if you use tissue paper that has color to it or confetti like mine does, you'll use your cream paints, your alcohol activated palette, whichever you have, and you can take those colors away. For pink tissue paper, which was my other option, it was either white or pink tissue paper, you can make it more of a bruise kind, or you can just go in with foundation, which also could work. But yeah, so if you can, go get that white tissue paper, and it just works really well. Yeah. So I'm just going to finish this little bit here, and then we'll let it dry and move on to the paper towel. I'm just going to go ahead and grab a little bit more, put right there. And now this is a cut, and so it's not going to be like that thick, but we have the base of it here, as you can see. So now we're going to move on to paper towels. So same thing like before, we're going to sketch it out. So I'm just going to add another one the same way. Maybe just a little bit more skinnier, like this. Just like that, a little more skinnier. And now what we're going to do is we're going to grab these paper towel pieces, and we're going to put them on top like before. Now with this one, it definitely works really well, as in like to blend it in. Not to your skin, but to make it more, because it's more thick, so it works really well to make that border more thick. So I definitely would say you could do a mix match of these if you want. You can do like right when you're building the cut up, then you can use the tissue paper on the outside to blend it into your skin to get a more even blend into your skin, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to continue just putting the latex here, just spreading it out. I think everybody knows paper towels is the way to do things for latex. But a lot of people don't know about tissue paper, which tissue paper works really well. It works the same. So I'm just going to continue just adding a little bit more of this paper towel, just like so. Just like that. And now we're just going to complete the other side, and then I'm going to show you what 2 coats look like on the tissue paper cut. And I'm just going to do it like that. Just like that. Perfect. Now I'm going for a very simple cut, so that's why this one looks really small. But we're going very simple. And this is a good one to do when you're on a set. This is a good one to do if you're like applying a prosthetic that's just way too thick to blend in, or even just they need a simple cut. This is a really good way of doing it and getting it done quick. I use this method a lot when I'm working on film sets, so I definitely would recommend doing that. So I'm just going to and what's nice about the paper towel is that you can move it if you need to. You can move it to kind of change the shape of it if you want, just like so. So now I'm going to show you what 2 layers on the tissue paper look like. It's the same thing for the paper towel, but I want to show you for the tissue paper, just so you guys can see how that one would be. And you can see how it thickens up on the edges. So I'm just going to blend it in once again. And you can see the difference in the edges. And when you're blending it out, the best way to shape it the way you want without having to pull the latex is by getting the back of a makeup brush and just creating the edges, just like so. Just creating those edges. That's really the best way to do it. So I'm just going to continue applying just the tissue paper, so that way we can go to coloring it. And then putting blood, the best part. But for right now, I'm just going to finish putting the latex on here, just like so. I'm going to take the back end of my brush, like I said, and bring it up a little bit, show the edging. And that is the best time to move it. And now you can go crazy and you can do 10 layers of this. It's going to get very thick. If you're going 10 layers with tissue paper, your best bet to make it go quicker is probably just to use a paper towel for this. But, I mean, go for it. Just have fun. This is just a quick thing to show you guys for next year's Halloween, when you need to do something quick on your friends or do something quick for your makeup for Halloween. This is a nice quick thing to do for that. So I'm just going to move it up, just like that. And now we're just going to do one more piece all along here, and then we'll move on to the coloring. So just like that. And it should be good to go. I'm feeling pretty happy about my paper towel one, so I'm not going to put another layer on for that. But I am just going to push this back like that. And that's putting the paper towels and tissue paper on your wounds. So now what we're going to do is grab our paint, and we're going to go ahead and go into the paper towel wound. Now, as you can see, it is pretty dry. There's some places where it's still a little wet, but for the most part it's good, so we're going to start coloring it. Now, what we're going to do is grab a small little brush. We're going to go into this red color, this red and brown kind of color. It's like this, and we're going to start coloring the inside of it. So we're just going to go right along the edges, because you want to tell where the cut starts and where the cut ends. And we're just going to deepen right at the edges so you have the illusion of it going under your skin. So we're going to do it like that. And then we're going to grab that blue, mixed with a little bit of this brown, and make the nice cut down the center. And now we're just going to go back in with some more red, blend it out a little bit so you can't really tell that there was just a line right there. Just like that. And then we're going to grab just a little bit of the yellow and do a little highlighting. Show the inside a little bit. Kind of like that. And then we're going to go ahead and just bring it out real quick and then add the blood and we'll be good to go. So we're just gonna grab my big fluffy brush so we can just start blending and bringing it out. Now with the paper towel, I think you can see there's grooves in it, so you can see all the grooves in it. So that's kind of the hard part about the paper towel method. You can see a lot of the grooves on here, so it's harder to kind of just blend this out. But we're just going to continue just putting the coloring all around. Bring it out. Now I didn't blend this part out as well as I should have, so it looks like you can tell the difference of where it starts and ends. So we're just gonna avoid that and just move on. So I'm just gonna bring it out some more because things got crazy, so it's everywhere, just like that. And I'm gonna add some more of that blue and brown on the edges here, just like that. Take some blue, put it on the front and bottom. Now it's looking a little bit crazy, but you can blend it out some more. But yeah, that's the main part about it, is that you can have the groove, so you have to blend it out. For certain wounds it will look better, but for this one, you know, you have to work on it some more. But for the tissue paper one, just to show you guys how the coloring looks on that one, we're just going to do the same thing and just color the inside of it. Get it in the grooves, just like that. And bring it like that, and then we're going to grab the blue and brown, bring it down the center, and blend it out once again. That's kind of just the method I go with, just putting that line down the center and then blending it out from there. And then we're just going to darken the edges so you can tell where it starts and ends. Once again, add some of the yellow for the highlights. Just like that. And now we're going to grab our big fluffy brush, and we're just going to put more of it on the outside. Now with the tissue paper, it looks more blended in with the skin, so it's a lot better for that. I didn't bring my alcohol activated palette, so it's going to be hard for me to blend this all the way to my skin color, but we're just going to make it darker and just make it a little bit swollen. It's been a while. Kind of just the simple stuff for that. But you could tell the difference as in the blending of it. So we're just going to finish this up and then add the blood, and then we'll be done. But that's pretty much the difference in them. Yeah, so that's pretty much the difference in doing paper towel and tissue paper, which I just wanted to show you guys how to do those. I am trying to blend this out, but I'm going to have to do this probably off camera, but we're just going to go ahead and just add the blood so you guys can see with the blood, like so. Pretty simple, and the blood does all the other work, makes it look deep, just like that. And then just mold it. Yeah, we'll make this look better, just like that. Don't do this, but I'm taking the same brush that I used the paint for, and we're just going to bring the blood on the outside, like that. Just like that. Oh, I want to blend out the edges really bad, but it's okay. So just like that, and you have it with the blood. And that's pretty much all I have to show you guys today. I'm probably going to finish putting the blood on this one next, or after this episode, because I don't know, I want to finish it, and it's hard for me to leave something like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I hope you learned how to deal with latex like this, different ways to blend it in, make it thicker. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Go ahead and post on your Instagrams what you learned from here, and tag me in your posts. Here's my Instagram user. And I would love to see what you guys come up with and what you guys do from these episodes. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.